in my relationships, in my business. So I can say that, I think Maharaj, you mentioned one time that, people think that spirituality is something you do later in life, but I can say as a young person, is you to live life to your fullest, you meaning all of us, right? Causes all of us to live life to its fullest. And getting on the spiritual path, connecting with Swamiji actually helps us fulfill all of our desires. So accepts everything and only wants to fulfill all of our desires, granting us boons, granting us powerful cognitions in order to do that. So I can say that's definitely happened to me. I can share specifically now about a couple of experiences that have happened to me just recently with Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan and Akashic readings. Otherwise, I could share for hours and hours and hours, probably days and weeks about everything that's happened in my life since I met Swamiji. But for the purposes of the time now, I'll limit my remarks to just some experiences that I've had that I'd like to share recently from Devi Samadhi Darshan and the Akashic reading. So maybe a few days ago, some days ago, maybe a week ago, I can't really remember now. Swamiji's Akashic reading happened, and I had asked a question about consciousness and tapas and power manifestation. And Swamiji gave a response. He talked about how, both fate is an illusion, and also not fate is an illusion. Really, it's about how you're going to create your own reality through conscious tapas or power manifestation, strategic existence. And Swamiji prescribed a detox process involving turmeric and neem flower and onions and anthill mud that I've been doing. And he also, Devi also mentioned in the form of Swamiji in the Akashic reading that within 24 hours, some big event of a wealth manifestation would happen. So I went to sleep that night, just a few days ago, maybe 6-7 days back, not that long ago. And the next morning, within 24 hours, an email came into my inbox about a certain company that I had taken an interest in and invested in maybe 5-6 years ago. And it had just gone down. It was zero. It was a loss. And I had checked in with that same company maybe 2 years ago as well. And same thing, it was just lost. It was completely, going downhill. And then I had just completely forgotten about it. I'd written it off. All of a sudden, I get an email from the executive team at that company saying that miraculously things had turned around. The product is actually working, and it's probably going to go into the public markets or go what's called an IPO within. So I started smiling and smiling because there was no, I hadn't followed up. There was no reason for them to send me that email. My last communication with them was like years ago after I'd said basically, okay, we're done. There's nothing here for me. Too bad it's a loss. And I just walked away. And since then, there's been absolutely zero communication. And all of a sudden, they email me and talking about how, everything's going up and up, and the return from the investment will be, in 10x, 20x, like a huge number. So I started smiling because once you're with Swamiji in the flow connected, these types of things happen, from the most kind of interesting also to the most mundane. Here's another example. That same day, I was in such a mood that I went to print some documents, and my printer, just stopped working. It just crashed. It just wouldn't take any paper. So now I was like thinking to myself, what should I do? Should I get a new printer? But then I realized we're Swamiji's disciples. So I just went into the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 3 times like that. I just went Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And just very casually, like Swamiji says, with no stress, no real attachment to the outcome, I said, hey, printer, start working now. You need to fix yourself. And then within maybe 20 seconds, I sent the file to get printed again, and it started working. So everything from the what you might consider, something big, like company investment, to something small, like, hey, get my printer to work. Both of those happened to me immediately, as Swamiji said, within 24 hours of the Akashic reading. So I just wanted to share that because I just started laughing. When I started on the journey with Swamiji, power manifestation, this science that Swamiji is reviving of super consciousness, it seemed distant from me. It seemed, something I need to reach for, maybe after many lifetimes, maybe after, like in all the Purnas, all the stories of all the rishis doing tapas on one head with their hands, one leg with their hands above, until finally they get a little bit of Shakti expressing. But as Swamiji's disciples, just initiation and really just a feeling connection takes you there. And things become very casual, very fluid with the power manifestation. It just becomes a lifestyle. And I wanted to also kind of underline something that the previous sharer had said, which is that, you lose all fear about life, all about any uncertainty. You understand that Swamiji is guiding us as we need to be guided, to remove all the negative patterns, remove all the toxins, and then he lands us very gently, always elevating into the Turiyatita space. And all that's required really is the feeling connection and understanding the lifestyle, and really getting integrated to the lifestyle, the morning routine, the yoga, the pancha kriyas, shuddh kriyas, I should say, as we say now, shuddh kriyas, puja, satsang, the whole deep science of removing all the parasites from the body, mirroring Bhagwan's neurons, and through puja, connecting to your Ishta Devata, manifesting the source inside you, and with satsang, catching Swamiji's frequency, his powerful cognitions, mirroring his neurons so those powerful cognitions get installed within us. It's a scientific, reproducible process, and all the different detoxifying herbs, atti maduram, all the kashayams, the malic acid, if everyone just kind of makes it part of their lifestyle. And really what it breaks down to is a morning routine, in the morning, for do some yoga, do some shuddh kriyas, your nose, your eyes, your stomach, before you go into the bath or the shower. And after shower, sit down for a 10-20 minute puja where I call it the inner spa day. You just go, people pay tons of money to get a 4-hour, 5-hour massage, and they go to the spa. Well, this is our inner spa. The whole body, the whole system, the mind just gets rejuvenated. And it's really something that stuck with me, where Swamiji said, it's not about the mind. The mind is redundant. It's just a parasite. It's all about the body, removing the parasites and letting the natural bioenergy, biomemory, muscle memory keep elevating to the Turiyatita state, the full expression of Bhagwan's energy in us. That Swamiji Paramashiva component in us then starts to naturally manifest, because we're all naturally hardwired to express the source, the Paramashiva, the super consciousness. But we have all these toxins in our body that prevent that because of our current lifestyle. So it's simplified, we just naturally start to express that energy, those cognitions, and then life just flowers, as Swamiji says. At least from my experience, it moved from a state of anxiety, worry, suffering about the past and the future, to just a rhythmic flow. where you know Bhagwan is taking you where you need to be taken and you have absolute trust. So that's been my journey with Swamiji, and few experiences that just happened recently from Akashic reading. So to
Wonderful.
everyone who's watching, I would say morning routine, stick with it. Everything Swami says about detoxing, do it. Do not miss Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Do not miss catching the energy. Do not miss Akashic readings. It's such a beautiful thing Swamiji is sharing with us every day. And it's a blessing. And of billions of human beings, we are lucky enough to catch it. So that's what I always remind myself about, that compassion and blessing Swamiji has, Maharaj.
Wonderful. Such a beautiful sharing, Aya. And actually, I just wanted to highlight something out here, right? So, being who you were, graduated from the Stanford, and a highly qualified and had a very successful life out there. And yes, even though you said that you had all the success, but the moment you met Swamiji, so the very definition of success and how you actually started relating with situations in life, one undercurrent thing that I was able to actually feel when you were actually sharing is that at this point in time, your life has become very simple. Just do what Swamiji says and the rest is taken care. Where it's literally like, he's there, he's telling you what to do. Why do I need to bother about anything else that is there? So that simple attachment and that simple feeling connection that you are actually radiating by just the way you're speaking and your experiences that you're sharing, that is actually so strongly being conveyed. And from your experiences that you've been sharing now, what is that you would really like to share with any kind of person who is there? And like, if there is one thing that has really made you change, or the one most sweetest thing that you would like about Swamiji that you continuously hold on, what would that be?
Let's see. There's so many. So you're asking me to choose one thing about Swamiji.
But in the terms that what really so much powerfully clicked with you, that this cognition that nothing is a problem, like everything is just there manifesting as a reality, especially when you told, right, like the moment Parashakti blessed, that there's a huge happening going to happen. Now, if you look at it from mundane perspective, you might think that, oh, something huge is like something very different is going to happen. And then, yes, you might be able to relate with the wealth manifestation that happened. But when you actually gave the example of the printer, right? So you actually did not differentiate between wealth versus the printer. So in your cognition, it doesn't the material, or whether it is just a printer that exists, it is still
what I was trying to communicate, and the point that I was aiming to get across. You described it perfectly, Maharaj, which is there was no distinguishing or difference between the wealth manifestation and the printer manifestation. It was all part of the same power manifestation of Devi and Devi's Leela. I think is the key, because for me, that gave me a deep sense of oneness, because in that oneness, one can see that the consciousness, the power manifestation expresses and manifests across many, many different planes, many different modalities, many different expressions, but it's all from the source. And that gives one a great, tremendous, I'd say, feeling of trust and life positive attitude. I think that's the biggest full transformation inside me, is the trust and life positive attitude. Because once that happens, there's no trade-off between, oh, I have to not do wealth manifestation. I have to only sit and do puja. See, a lot of people think like that. They think there's some conflict between Saraswati or Lakshmi. But actually, the wealth manifestation is in the form of currency, it's in the form of assets, it's in the form of relationships, which are wealth, it's in the form of health. My entire health has improved. I've definitely experienced the anti-aging, every day. If I can even show before and after photos from 12 years ago till now, people would be shocked at how much the body has anti-aged, as Swamiji said. But really, anything that someone desires, once manifest that desire. And so once that cognition was installed, there was no hard desires or soft desires, no difficult desires to manifest, and no easy desires to manifest. They're all the same thing. It's really, once you remove the confusion in oneself and understand that it's a source manifestation, everything is a source manifestation, one just starts to play with everything. One just starts to play with everything. And if one's desire is wealth manifestation, that just starts to happen effortlessly. Really, maybe like 5 years ago, I didn't understand when Swamiji said in a satsang, you just rub haritaki all over your body and take haritaki and you'll just manifest wealth. And he even laughed. He said, you'll try to use your logic to understand this, but really don't worry about it. It's a deeper logic. But now I really get it. Now I even have a logic for it. So I can even offer a logic for it. Rub the haritaki all over yourself, which detoxes you, which changes the entire energy, biomemory, muscle memory in your system. And once that biomemory, muscle memory, and bioenergy is at a different level, higher level, one starts to manifest and attract everything that one wants. And once we experience that maybe a few times in a row, like 15 times, 20 times, the confidence in that reality becomes more established. The reality is always there, but we have doubts. We don't have the confidence. The science that Swamiji is talking about seems very mystical, very deep. So sometimes we can't even comprehend it. But as soon as we have that Sakshi Pramana, enough experiences, and those experiences happen when we connect with Swamiji, when we stay integrated with Swamiji, when we follow the morning routine, when we detox our body so we can download and express the super consciousness, Paramashiva, connect with the cosmic beings. So that's our natural state. So we just develop confidence in our natural state.
Actually, sorry to interrupt, Aya. When you're sharing this thing, I can actually beautifully relate it back to just like what we were listening to in the previous part of this very Bhava Samadhi Darshan, where we saw Paramashiva's Leela, where Paramashiva, when Maledwaja Pandian, when he was there, and Devi Parashakti, Meenakshi's mother, had to go and take bath in the temple tank. A simple thing that Paramashiva, he did, was he just brought down Maledwaja Pandian back from heaven so that she could go and take bath in the temple tank. Either that, or from the Nayanmar's life that we saw, where Pusalar Nayanar, in his life, inside his inner space, he built the temple for Paramashiva. But Paramashiva decided that he's going to manifest in that temple for the inauguration rather than in the temple that was externally built for him. Just like how you are sharing, many times we actually differentiate the manifestation only if something huge happens, we think Paramashiva is manifesting. But it's actually him manifesting in every aspect of our life. The moment that we are able to capture that, the moment we actually start following, like how you've been sharing, the detox processes and the various other things, even if it logically doesn't make sense or logically you're not able to comprehend it at this point in time. Swamiji always says, this is a greater science. The Hinduism is a greater science. It might not be comprehensible, but it is definitive, which means you sure have an experience. So just having that simple integrity with Swamiji and just doing what he says, you will start seeing that big things are not actually the big things that you think about, but in every single action, whether you're going to put a cup of coffee or you're actually manifesting a huge profit in your business, you will see that, wow, Swamiji is expressing that oneness. So you will start tasting and experiencing that oneness. Just like how you're sharing, that oneness thought current, that sweetness of being in experiencing with Swamiji, where you know he is continuously happening in your life. That experience is actually the real wealth that you experience in your life. So literally the energy current of your life has completely changed. And
That's
is
a great
such a
point.
powerful thing.
That is a great way to sum it up. The energy current of your whole life in all dimensions, 360, changes, becomes better, more positive once you form the connection and you stay integrated to Swamiji's teachings and lifestyle. You just start to express Swamiji's bioenergy and biomemory and muscle memory, and life really just changes. And really, Swamiji gives us the Sakshi Pramana because, because Hinduism is so vast, it's such a subtle science. A lot of us before Swamiji saw value in it intellectually. But there was no Sakshi Pramana, meaning a personal experience where the science was translated into an experience inside our space. So that's the biggest thing that I think I've taken from what you said, is that Swamiji gives us that oneness current. He gives us that oneness experience. And once the oneness experience starts manifesting, peace, bliss, joy, wealth, all the things that we want in life just happen spontaneously. Really, at this point, I wake up every day, do the morning routine, and then I don't know what will happen that day. I just wait to see what Swamiji will manifest that day for me.
Actually, that is like one of the best ways to live, where at this point in time, especially during the COVID, people are like, will I be alive the next moment or not? But irrespective of all of that, you just know, wow, there's another day. It's so much of miracle that is going to happen. So one takeaway that you can really take away from the experience that you're sharing, that I can actually share with the participants and the viewers who are watching us live. All that, if you take the example of Balaji Srinivasan, all that he did was just having that simple integrity to Swamiji and to Parashakti. So the moment Parashakti told, it just became a reality in just his life. So all that you also need to know is that she is manifesting continuously. All that you need to do is just be integrated to her. Just have a simple integrity. If you just decide, Devi Parashakti bless you, so I am going to make it as a reality. It is just going to become a reality in my life. I am going to be ready to see it. It's not that you are going to do something, but just that you're going to be ready to see that manifestation happening in you. And the moment you do that, you just become a witness to the great manifestation that happens. Just like how you shared the last line. I do my routine and I'm just there waiting for what life is going to manifest in front of me. And that is exactly the way that we need to be in. And that's a very powerful thing that we can get it across to all the viewers also who are watching. How you can prepare yourself for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan that we are going to be having very soon. And Devi Parashakti herself is going to be revealing answers, blessing our prayers, manifesting so many realities that we want. So one thing that you could really do is just have that simple integrity with Devi Parashakti and just let her manifest in your life. Don't have certain expectations that, oh, this is how it should happen, that is how it has to happen. By doing that, you're actually framing yourself and you're binding yourself to those cognitions. But just like how Balaji Ayya shared with us, just enjoy, be there, ready to witness what she is doing. You will see even a simple cup of coffee will make you experience that she is there, she is alive with you. And I'm sure the real wealth that we can have in our life is the feeling that Paramashiva, Parashakti, Swamiji is there with me in every step of my life. There's nothing greater than that. And I'm sure, Balaji Ayya, that this would have been a much and a very powerful cognition in you. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like that taste and enjoyment of everything in life has increased. So before, I would think that certain things are important and other things are not important. So for example, that cup of coffee, I would just rush through the coffee in order to, let's say, get to the some goal or the office or something. But now just even that cup of coffee, I see that that's a manifestation of Swamiji. When I drink the coffee, it tastes so much better. The coffee powder hasn't changed, the milk hasn't changed, but my experience of even enjoying a coffee, my experience of just having a conversation with my father or mother or a friend has changed. I would say that when Swami really starts to manifest in you, when the trust is there, so many times before we try to rush through life, either because we're scared, worried, we're anxious, or we think this is better or that's worse. We're just rushing through. Once Swamiji is manifesting you, and once we really connect with Swamiji, we just enjoy every moment of life. There really is no suffering. It's a delusion. It's really that consciousness, tapas, of understanding that we're always in oneness space. And if we get distracted by something or go into a mental loop or, some kind of pattern, all we have to do is pick ourselves back up, realign, and Swamiji takes care. Just don't have any guilt or suffering that you made a mistake, just realign back to Swamiji and Swamiji takes care. That's
wonderful. So thank you very much, Aya. I know that our conversation could go on and on and on. And there is so much that we could actually share, speak with each other. And because so much Swamiji has showered us in our life. And as you shared, words are not enough. Time is not enough for us to share about all of that. So once again, in the interest of time, I would like to thank you very much. And all the panelists also have joined us today, sharing each and every one of your experience as to how you have experienced Devi Parashakti, our beloved Swamiji, in each and every one of our life, in your life, and how the participants who are watching us live can also prepare themselves to receive the same grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti in their life. So I thank you once again, Aya, for joining us on this panel, and hope to see you soon and a lot more experiences to be shared from you. Thank you, Aya.
Nithyananda. Thank you very much. Nithyananda.
So there, due to the interest of time, I know that it was such a powerful sharing from Balaji Srinivasanaya, as well as all the other participants who had shared their valuable experiences. Each of them gave an insight in different ways, right? From how you could prepare yourself and how the seeking is there. Then we went on to understand just by having the darshan of Devi, how your life changes. And then we went on to understanding how even when Devi is ferocious, how it is only completing you and empowering you more and more. And to experiencing life like an entrepreneur, doing what you want, having the simple integrity with Swamiji. And I'm sure that every one of you, I hope every one of you are taking this as an opportunity to understand what can prepare you for experiencing and to receive the grace and the blessings of Devi Parashakti. Now, it is time that we move on to the next segment to actually understand what are the different ways with which we can connect to Devi Parashakti. So now I would like to invite and welcome Sri Nithya Mangalananda Maharaj, who will be sharing with us the various ways with which we can offer various different offerings to Devi Parashakti and receive the grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti in our lives.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, thank you so much, Sundaresh Maharaj. So now entering the next segment of today's program, which is the offerings to Devi Parashakti. So what is the significance of offering? Offering is the giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And an offering consists of two parts. The first part is giving, and the second part is accepting. Only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offerings are not made out of fear, nor are they made out of greed. When an avatar lands on the planet Earth, and the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out only for the purpose of enlightenment. Here we have Dhyana Shloka on Devi Parashakti, describing her form and what should be visualized when you meditate and remember her. The Dhyana Shloka goes, Induniba Panchamukaha, Induniba Vedakara Vanhi Nayanam Syat, Pankaraja, Panka Vajrabhaya Japakchaya Sharayayuktam, Angahima Bhushana Vichitra Vasanam Syat, Tunga Makutodjvala Manonmani Swarupam. The meaning of this Dhyana Shloka, taken from the Moolagama, goes the moon-like face, holding the Vedas in the hand, with fire in her eyes, with the lotus flower gracing and blessing hands, and with one hand with the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining, with a shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. Here is another Dhyana Shloka. Devi Trinetramsha Shini Bhavandhanam Veda Hastam Vadhana Savye Padmam Varadamapare Chabhayam Chakshamala Divyaira Bhairanau Vibhushita Tanu Brahmadibhi Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pratidinam Kavarthadatrim Shubham. I meditate on Devi with the three eyes, glowing like a moon and holding the Vedas, lotus, and gracing with the blessings and gracing hands. She wears the beautiful ornaments and is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and shows auspicious boons for all actions every day. So here we have the significance of the divine element gold. And you can see this pramana taken from the Atharva Veda. The pramana goes, Tradhajutam Janmanedam Hiranyam Agnirekam Priyatatmam Vabhuva Somasyaikham Insitasya Parapatharat Apamekam Veda Samvreta Ahuhat Tatte Hiramyam Trivedas Vasuve. The translation of this verse: the triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni, it becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha, watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. In Hinduism, in the Vedic tradition, gold is an extremely divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in the vicinity of gold. Gold is present in all the scriptures, be it the Agamas, the Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, and Puranas. Everywhere gold is present. It is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Vedic tradition, in the Hindu civilization, everything was built on gold. Everything was exchanged in gold. The ritual feasts were offered with golden bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was an element which was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The street would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. The horses, cows, and other cattle were dressed up in gold. That was the abundance of gold and this wealth which Hindu tradition, Vedic tradition lived with and celebrated with. Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of the river of gold. Then this river was called the Hirnamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartani in the Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because they preserve the enlightenment energy for thousands and thousands of years and lasts forever. So the first offering we have today to Devi Parashakti is the offering of E-Hundi. Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharada Radhya Sharvani Sharmadhayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all fears. Making the offering of the E-Hundi. If there is any fear in the mind of devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here it is meant that autumn of our lives, when thoughts turn more and more inwards, the role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship becomes stronger. Shambhavi means the consort of Lord Shambhu, Lord Mahadeva. Sharada Radhaya means worship by Sharadha, Saraswati. Sharvani means the wife of Lord Shiva. In the Linga Puranam, beautifully says Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earthly form. Sharmadayini, Devi, who bestows happiness on her devotees. You can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your Kanika, the Hundi offering, and your name shall be chanted out during the puja to Devi. So here we have the next offering to Devi Parashakti, which is the Sankalpa chanting placed at $1. Ayethan mohyate vishvam, Shaiva vishwam prayasyute, Saya chitta cha vijnanam, Tustha rudhim prayas chadi. The goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being created without the interest in anything, gives the knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in materialistic sense. This is taken from the Devi Mahatmyam, 12th chapter, 34th verse. Offering of the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, blesses the person, offering with all fruition of desires and wishes he is yearning for. If you want to make this offering of the Sankalpa chanting placed at $1, all you have to do is visit the link below, tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. Visiting the link, you can select the Sankalpa chanting as your offering to Devi Parashakti and go ahead and make your offering to Devi. The next offering which we have here is the Sahasranama Swarnakas. And this offering is placed at 3 different prices at $75, $151, and $251. This is taken from Lalita Sahasranamam, 731st verse. Nama Parayana Prita. She who likes the repetition of her various names. This is the offering of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It is very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. Offer a gold coin inscribed with each of the 1008 names and receive the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. Again, To make this offering to Devi Parashakti of the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, you can visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. The next offering which we have here to Devi Parashakti is the Mukta Anguti, which is the finger ring wearing a pearl. Above to Goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who has anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotuses, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vanni and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. Offer the pearl finger ring and receive the blessings to be showered by her compassion and pure love in all of your business endeavors. To make this offering and be blessed, to make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with pearl, and be blessed with love, her compassion, and success in all your business endeavors. Visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings and make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, which is placed at $251, $501, and $750. The next offering we have here is the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, which is the golden lotus placed at $600. This is taken from the Kamikagama. All the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flowers made of gold. In Hindu tradition, there are hundreds of scriptural references for using lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on or the mudras and asanas used during the worship. In some or the other way, they all involve the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a very divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is again a lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered as a lotus who is about to bloom. Offering the gold lotus in any size you wish, you will be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and beings of Devi in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in your life. The next offering we have here is the Swarna Metti, which is the golden toe ring, placed at $750. Khade Titi Samchana Namajnana Tamaguna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parrakta Saroraha. You who brightens from toenails, destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. This is the translation of the verse. Offering the toe ring to Devi, Parashakti, adorning her sacred feet, will be blessing the Yajaman with the space and constantly being in gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of your life. To make this offering of the Swarna Metti, the golden toe ring to Devi Parashakti, placed at $750. Visit the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. Next offering which we have here is the Swarna Mangtika, which is the gold hairline jewelry, placed at $750. Shudha Sarabhi Varshini, she who makes nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mangtika represents a nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully and completely blossomed and open. Offer the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry, to Devi Parashakti by visiting the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. offering of Pramantika to Devi, receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion. The next offering which we have is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, placed at $1,008. Akad Dhiti Sanchana Namajnana Tamaguna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Sarauruha. The illumining splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of ignorance in the devotees prostrating at her feet. Her feet defeat their beauty in the lotus. This is taken from the 83rd shloka of the Saundarya Lahari, which states that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness. In the stotram, tamas is the indicative of ignorance in the minds of devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi, the ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. Offering the Pratiksha Pada Puja blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And here we have the next offering to Devi Parashakti, which is the Vastra Seva, placed at $1,008. This is again taken from the 83rd shloka of Saundarya Lahari. To make this offering of the Vastra Seva to Devi Parashakti, you can visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And here we have a summary of all the offerings which you can make to Devi Parashakti, starting with the E-Hundi offering, which you can place at any amount, and then is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of the conscious resolution, followed by the Devi Sahasranama Kasu, the pure gold coin with each one sacred name of Devi from 1008 names. And then is the Mukti Anguti, the pearl finger ring offering to Devi Parashakti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus offering, the Swarna Metti, the golden toe ring for Devi Parashakti, the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewel for Devi, and the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the ritualistic offering of gratitude to our beloved Guru, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and finally the Vastra Seva. Take a few minutes to go ahead and make your offerings. Visit the link tiny.cc/Devi offerings, the link being projected below. Please take a few minutes and go ahead and make your offerings Devi Parashakti.
Yes. So while we also get ready to offer these various offerings that are projected for every one of us, we also have the beautiful opportunity where we can go over to the official YouTube channel, the YouTube live of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where you can actually offer any amount of donation that you want. As we listen from various participants who are sharing, what actually matters is your integrity towards Paramashiva, your feeling connection with Devi Parashakti. And that is what actually makes Devi Parashakti manifest in your life, and you will see that her manifestation happens continuously. So what matters is, it's not whether you offer $1 million or you offer $1. What actually matters is that you are offering your gratitude. So decide, take this time and make sure that you're offering as your gratitude to Devi Parashakti. And there's a simple way of offering where you can also go over to the YouTube live. We'll now be taking you through that procedure and step of how you can actually go over to the YouTube live. And through the YouTube live, you can actually share the amount of donation that you want to do. Sonti beautifully shares, as we all know, there's a beautiful opportunity of just offering $1. The Vedas and Agamas very beautifully describe and very beautifully mandate that whenever we meet 5 people, Guru, God, King, pregnant woman, and a child, we should always go with something. You should never meet them empty-handed. You should always offer something. And that is mandated so that the Dharma is kept alive. And at the same time, by you offering something to Paramashiva, by you offering something to Parashakti, what you're doing is actually you strengthening your very cognition that Parashakti is alive and I am receiving her grace and blessings in my life. You're inculcating that cognition again and again, strengthening that cognition again and again, that Parashakti is manifesting continuously in my life. So now we're going to have a quick demonstration. We're going to be seeing how we can actually go over to the YouTube channel and we can avail this opportunity of going and doing the YouTube, using the YouTube, how we can actually offer the seva. So now I'll be projecting the screen for every one of us. I request every one of you also to, you can actually follow as I am showing it for every one of us so that all of you can also do it. So as you all can see on the screen, the YouTube live that is being projected. So as soon as you go over to the YouTube live, the comments that is going on towards the right side, that is the comment section that is there. And in the comment section, you also have an opportunity towards the bottom part beside the smiley face, where you can actually type your comment. There is an option called as a super chat. So before you actually get on to the super chat, you'll have to create an account and it'll ask you to create a channel on your name. So basically with whichever name that you're logged in, just go ahead, just follow the basics of what is being shown and you will be able to actually create the channel. So here we're going to be seeing how we can do it. So as I'm showing it for every one of us, this is the YouTube live that we are seeing. And when you scroll down here, so here you have the smiley face that is there and you also have the dollar symbol that is there. So here you just go on and click on the dollar symbol. And once you click on the dollar symbol, you have this option called as super sticker, super chat and join. So you can just go and click on the super chat. And under the super chat option, you have the various amounts that you can offer. So based on your local currency that is there, right, starting from 20 INR because of the Indian currency, 10,000 rupees of the Indian currency, you can offer any amount of money that you want to offer. And all that you need to do is just click on buy and send. The moment you do it, it will directly redirect you towards the payment gateway, where you can simply just enter your bank details or your credit card details, from which you can immediately make the payment. So you just have to click on it and then there you go, you click on your card number and all that you need to do is click on buy. So as soon as you do that, it will actually direct you and you will make your contribution for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan to receive the grace and the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So this is the various different ways that you can offer. And as I shared with every one of you, what you're actually doing by offering is that you are actually bringing the inner space of Devi Parashakti in you. You are making it stronger in you again and again that Devi Parashakti exists. So take this time, every single one of you, at least offer $1, 1 unit of your currency, just as a gratitude towards Devi Parashakti and to experience her presence in every one of your life. Just like how we heard from the various different sharings that we listened to, in every single thing, Devi Parashakti manifests. And for you to actually see her manifestation, that is what you're doing by offering any of these sevas. So now I'll also be showing to every one of you as to how you can actually offer. For example, you would like to offer the Pada Puja or the Vastra Alankara Seva, or you would like to offer anything else that you want to offer. So we'll have a look at how you can do it. So just give me a moment. We'll be projecting how we can do it.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda
Yes, so here, as we all can see, so the moment you go and click on the various different offerings that is there, you'll be able to get over to this particular page where you can offer any amount of money that you want. And all that you have to do is to select any amount of money that you want to offer and click on add to cart. So as soon as you click on add to cart, it will be leading you to the next gateway where you can actually proceed to the checkout. And from there, you can proceed to checkout and make the payment using any of the bank details. So this way you can actually offer to fill in the billing details and place your order. So this is one way of offering. We'll be looking at how we can make the other offerings such as the Pada Puja and the Vastralankara Seva and the other things. So as soon as you go over to the same link that has been projected for every one of us, and what you'll be doing is you'll be redirected to this page. And under this page, you can choose an option as the Sevas, whichever you would like to offer, offering of the Sahasranama, or you can offer the Mukta Anguti, and just click on that. Go over to add to cart. And once you click on add to cart, it will be redirecting you towards the checkout. And here you can choose what you want to offer. If you can increase your offerings, and then you proceed to checkout. So by doing this, you'll be offering any of the sevas to Devi Parashakti. And once again, I'd like to request and remind every one of you, the entire offering itself is so that each and every one of us can experience Devi Parashakti's grace in each and every one of our life. And so with that beautiful understanding, decide to offer and receive the grace and the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So now it is time that we move over to the next segment of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan today. And we're going to be understanding about how we can reach this science out to as many people as possible. And at the same time, how can we ask our questions to Devi Parashakti? So now let us enter into the next segment.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Yes. Now, when we entering to the next segment, to the Parashakti Akashic readings. So, how can you ask a question to Devi Parashakti? How can you have your prayers, questions, desires reach Devi Parashakti and have them answered? So, first step one is this is one way to have your prayer, request, whatever you want to offer and to tell Devi Parashakti. One way to do it is going to this video in YouTube and joining the membership for KAILASA Supreme SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam official Facebook page. Join the membership, and once you have joined the membership, you'll be able to post your questions in the live comment section, as you can see here in the screenshot. As the Supreme Pontiff, as you can see here, next to the name of the YouTube channel, there's a join button where you can click and join the membership for being able and eligible to post your questions during the live segment where Devi Parashakti is manifesting. So only members of the YouTube channel will be able to post their questions and ask and have their prayers answered by Devi Parashakti. So all you need to do is visit the YouTube page and go to KAILASA SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam. Go to this video and scroll. If you scroll a little bit underneath, you'll be able to find this join button. Click the join button and sign up for the membership. And once you are a member, you'll be able to ask your questions and you'll be eligible to post whatever prayers, requests you have for Devi Parashakti during the live segment of the Akashic reading of the Aral Vaka by Devi Parashakti. So this is one way in which you can offer and have your comments reach Devi Parashakti. The next is on Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism official Facebook page. So you can go to facebook.com and go to Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's official Facebook page. As you can see here, KAILASA's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam. First, you like and follow the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's official Facebook page and go to the live video of today's darshan. It'll be the first post of the Facebook page. And once you're there in that post, you can go ahead to the comment section and post your comments there as well. So you can go and post your comments in the live section of YouTube, and you can post them in the comment section of this very same live stream in Facebook as well. And the next platform where you can also post your questions is in Twitter, where you first go to the official Twitter handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, KAILASA's SPH JGM HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam. After visiting the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's official Twitter handle, you can, after following, you can ask your questions in the reply section of the tweet with Ask the Avatar. So there'll be a tweet where today's live Bhava Samadhi Darshan is tweeted, and you can go to the comment section and tweet your comment, tweet whatever prayer request you have and want to offer to Devi Parashakti. So we've looked at how you can offer your prayer to Devi Parashakti on YouTube, to Devi Parashakti on Facebook and on Twitter. And next is on Instagram as well. Again, you can visit this official page of Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, which is Sri Nithyananda on Instagram. After following, you can go to this very live stream, the post of today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, of today's Parashakti Arul Vakta, and post your comments, post your questions, your prayers in the comment section of today's Instagram post. So in all of these social media platforms, at the very top of all of them and the very top of the newsfeed will be a post about today's Arul Vak session, will be about today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And in Facebook, in YouTube, there will be the live stream of today's video. Just go to the comment section in each of these and you can post your prayers and have them, after posting your prayers, Devi Parashakti, and you'll be taken to Devi Parashakti for her blessings and for her to answer. And if you are not able to access any of these social media platforms, you can visit kailasa.org, which is the official website for KAILASA. And as you can see, the moment you open the KAILASA website, there is a pop-up box which you can ask your questions in the WhatsApp chat. So all you need to do is go to kailasa.org in your web browser, and as soon as you open kailasa.org, you will have a WhatsApp chat box here in the bottom left-hand corner. Go to the chat box, and here you can place your questions and prayers here as well, and they'll be taken to Devi Parashakti. So again, so here, these are some of the ways in which you can offer and have your prayers reach Devi Parashakti, have her attend and bless these prayers, your questions, offerings of allowing your offerings to go and reach a divine faith. So just to reiterate and go through all the points again, the first way in which you can offer your prayer to Devi Parashakti is by going to the YouTube video, the live stream of today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Go to the YouTube and go to the join option, which is right below the live stream of this video. Click on the membership and sign up and join the membership of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism official YouTube channel. Once you have become a member of the YouTube channel, you will be eligible to post questions, to comment on the live comment section, live chat section of this live stream. And only members will be able to post questions, prayers, will be able to use the comment section of the live chat of this stream. So be sure to become a member to post your questions during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The next option is by going to Facebook. You can open your Facebook and follow the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on his official Facebook page, which is KAILASA's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam. After following and liking, go to the live stream of this video. It'll be the first post of in the Facebook feed, and go to the comment section and you can place your comments, prayers, questions, everything there in the comment section of this live stream. The third option is by going to Twitter, going to the official Twitter handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is Sri Nithyananda. Once you're on the Twitter handle, go to the post, go to the tweet of today's Bhava Samaya Darshan. And on the tweet, you'll have in the comment section with the hashtag Ask the Avatar. You can post your tweets, you can post your questions and prayers, blessings which you want from Devi Parashakti. Be sure to post with the hashtag Ask the Avatar. The next option is to post on Instagram. Again, visit the official Instagram page of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, which is Sri Nithyananda. Once you're there in the Supreme Founder of Hinduism's official Instagram page, go to the comment section of today's Bhava Samaya Darshan, the post which has been posted for today's Bhava Samaya Darshan, and place your question in the comment section. And if you're not able to have access to any of these social media platforms, then you can go to kailasa.org. And at kailasa.org, once you open the website, there will be a WhatsApp box, which is here in the left-hand corner. And in the WhatsApp box, you can ask your questions, post whatever questions, prayers, blessings which you want from Devi Parashakti. You can post it here in the WhatsApp chat as well. So you can take a few minutes and visit all these social media platforms, visit the KAILASA.org website, and go ahead, take a few minutes to post your questions and blessings which you want to offer to Devi Parashakti.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Yes. So with this, hopefully, you all made your prayers and have sent your questions, prayers, blessings, which you want Devi Parashakti to answer and attend, grace, and shower her blessings on all of us. So with this, we're going to be entering to the next segment of today's program, which is understanding about the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So first and foremost is about the Bhava Samadhi Darshan is dressing up like Devi to manifest oneness. In Hinduism, there's a very beautiful understanding and powerful cognition, which is laid down in our Vedas and in our Agamas. As actually we've even discussed earlier in today's program, in Hinduism, the fundamental difference between Hinduism and everywhere else is that Hinduism teaches you that you are divine. You just need to manifest and realize that you are divine. You're not man who needs to achieve divine. You already are that. And so, by dressing up like Devi, being in the cognition and space that I am Devi, I am Paramashiva, dressing up like her and experiencing being in that bhava of her is one of the many ways in which you can experience and be in the space of oneness with Devi Parashakti. So please take some time to go ahead and decorate yourself, dress yourself up as Devi Parashakti. This is a very powerful methodology to manifest the space of Devi, manifest Devi Parashakti in us. And by dressing up like her, by becoming her, feeling and living her in your being, you manifest the space, state, and powers of Devi Parashakti. So please go ahead, take some time, and beautifully decorate yourself as Devi Parashakti before you come and sit for the live darshan of Supreme Founder of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, for the Arulwak session. So, what are the different naivedyams which you can offer to Devi? In Hinduism, one of the most important offerings of any puja, of any ritual, is the offering of naivedyam. Whenever prana pratishtha is done, whenever we invoke the higher energies, whenever we invoke the devatas and devas from KAILASA, from the higher planes of consciousness, the first and foremost offering is the offering of naivedyam. And so, be sure to prepare and offer any one of the following offerings to Devi. We have 9 offerings which you can offer as naivedyam to Devi Parashakti. The first one being the sweet pongal, tamarind rice, the curd rice, the murukku, appam, adirasam, pal payasam, vada, or laddu. Any one of these or all of these, or maybe even a few. It is your devotion, your beautiful feeling connection with Devi Parashakti, how you relate with her, and how much do you want to manifest Devi's energy, Devi's space inside you, for your Timali, and in your Vatavarana. In that same devotion, that same feeling connection and relationship with Devi, to cherish such a beautiful relationship, you can go ahead and offer any or even more than one of these naivedyams to Devi Parashakti. So now entering into this segment of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So here we have Shastra Pramana, the Malini Vijayottara Tantra, the 60th verse. Athanat Shakti Padatva Yadva Pada Valokanat Prasadat Swaguro Samyak Prapyate Paramam Padam. By the enlightening teachings of the Guru, the Kathana, by the Shakti Pada, the graceful transmission of the spiritual powers from the Guru, by looking at the sacred feet of the Guru, or by the complete loving favor of the Guru, Prasada, the ultimate goal and space of Parama Padam is attained. So now, what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan? It is an event which happens in space, which does not happen in space and time. Rather, the darshan happens at the moment when we are lifted out of space and time. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. Bhava is defined as directing and activating the emotional and spiritual energy that is created through meditation on the avatar. The brain neurons mirror, activate, process all the absorbed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing, without the physical act of imitation. Our entire body, silently and without movement, recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. Science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan knows no distance. It is a phenomenon which modern science is just discovering and terming as quantum tunneling. Our thoughts per second reduce significantly and we relax into space beyond thoughts, which is the space of thoughtlessness. Come mentally at ease and in coexisting with the dimensions beyond duality. We and the divine become one, unconditioned by the parameters of space and time. So exactly what is quantum tunneling? Quantum tunneling is the probability of a quantum particle, like an electron, with less kinetic energy, able to cross over the potential energy of an energy barrier. And beautifully, this concept is demonstrated in a graph over here to the right of this presentation. The electron acts both as a wave and as a particle. Imagine a scenario. What happens when an electron with less kinetic energy is approaching a hill? Will the electron be able to cross over the potential energy, the peak of the hill? As a particle, the electron will require higher kinetic energy to cross over the potential of the hill, or it will roll back. However, as a wave, the electron has the ability to pass through by propagating itself through the hill and going to the other side. As a particle, the electron requires extreme high amount of kinetic energy to cross over the hill. But as a wave, the electron has the ability to pass through it by propagating itself through the hill and reaching the other side. This is the science behind quantum tunneling. The same science is imposed on people who witness the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. This is because our neurons are able to mirror the neurons of the divine immediately. Through quantum tunneling, we are able to travel through the divine energy and mirror the exact same neurons. Science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And so before we enter into the segment, I'll go ahead and share a few more words about the science of mirroring of neurons. Swamiji beautifully gives an example of a person swimming. A person who is swimming, the neuron activity which is happening inside of his brain. Another person is standing and watching the other person who's swimming. And the second person does not have any prior knowledge of swimming. He doesn't know anything about swimming. But he's just watching the person who is swimming. The neuron activity which is happening in the person who is swimming, the same neuron activity will mirror into the person who does not know how to swim and who's not even inside the water. But by the mirroring of this neuron activity, if this person decides to go ahead and jump into the pool, goes ahead and decides to start swimming, then the swimming will happen to him so naturally, will happen more easily than it is without seeing and having the mirroring of neurons, having the person to see and mirror the neurons from. So this is a very small example of how the mirroring of neurons work and how we can benefit from the science of mirroring of neurons. When we have the darshan, the Nayana Diksha of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, as he is in the various bhavas, various states of consciousness, expressing the energies of Devi, expressing the energy of Paramashiva, of Ganesha, of Subramanya, as we have always seen through so many different Bhava Samadhi darshans, Swamiji has graced us with across the past couple of years. The energy activity, the neuron activity which is happening in his brain, that gets mirrored in our brain as well. Just by seeing and having the darshan of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, just by having the darshan of Swamiji. And that is why the power of Nayana Diksha is so powerful. Because we are mirroring, literally mirroring the neurons, the brain activity which is happening when Swamiji is manifesting and being a channel for so many of these energies, so many of these divine beings to land and manifest. Science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Once when Bhagavan Sri Krishna saw his own extraordinary sweetness in a jeweled wall, he was amazed and he said to himself, how unprecedented and astonishing is this deep and indescribable sweetness of mine. Alas, even when I see it, even I become greedy to enjoy its sweetness. Just like Radhika. When I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it, but I can't. After due consideration, I find that the only way to relish the sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika. So this is taken in the Chaitanya Charitramrita, the 4th chapter. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, the incarnation, manifesting Paramashiva, the conscious formlessness, expressing through the being of Paramashiva, which is the Divya Sharira, a light body, and manifesting as the Nijavatara, the physical form, for us to experience Paramashiva. Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajayeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. Bhagavan Paramashiva expresses through the being of Subramanya and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Bhagavan Muruga. Bhagavan Paramashiva expresses through the being of Arunagiri Yogeshwara and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Bhagavan Parandama expresses the being of Mahavishnu and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Bhagavan Venkateshwara. The Archavataras, the deities, reflect the consciousness and manifestation of the superconscious energy. But unfortunately, human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Archavatara, the deities, directly. That is why the avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge this gap between the Archavataras and between human beings to create the experience of the superconscious energy inside all of us. When we have the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of the Nijavatara manifesting the different beings of various dimensions of Paramashiva, the auspicious components in the powerfulness of those dimensions of Paramashiva are awakened in us. The dimensions of Paramashiva manifesting the Nijavatara for us to experience the same is what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the direct experience of causeless bliss. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our whole being becomes alive and celebrates the energy wave of existence. Our very muscles learn to imbibe and radiate Paramashiva. Bhava Samadhi Darshan is like a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. Even without much effort from our side, our very biomemory awakens to the space of Paramashiva, which is the ultimate consciousness during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. To have the glimpse and have the darshan of an avatar, cleansing the karmas of a lifetime, to create a deep and lasting transformation in us. Gratitude enables the reflection of consciousness on all levels, physical, psychological, and ultimately the conscious level. Darshan meditation is a preparation to help us fall into that space of gratitude. And it is during that time we drop the conscious resolutions, Sakti Sankalpa, of anything we want or need in our life. Be ready to reflect the consciousness of Paramashiva. That is all you need to manifest the best of your life and the lives of the people around you. So here let's learn about the right context to receive the darshan. The first context, the first cognition which you should carry when you're going to receive the Bhava Samadhi Darshan is that you know that you are the source of everything. You are the source of everything which is happening in and around you. That is the first cognition which you should be carrying to receive the space, to receive the darshan. The second cognition is that you are everything and you are in the embodied form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as well as in this body. First cognition is that you are the source of everything. And as you are the source of everything, you are also in the embodied form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the embodied form of Swamiji, as well as in your own body. The third cognition is that you are the source for both. Let me connect with you, connecting yourself with Swamiji. Let you reveal yourself to me, and let me be the Bhava Samadhi of you. In this same context of being in the Bhava Samadhi, preparing yourself to receive the darshan and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, take a few moments to set up for the Pancha Upachara Puja, which is the 5 offerings to Lord Paramashiva, to Devi Parashakti for this Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The first offering is the offering of the sandalwood paste or powder. The next offering is the offering of flowers, fragrant flowers. The third is the incense sticks. The fourth is the oil lamp. And the last offering is the offering of the Naivedya. Take a few moments to prepare the offering of the Panchopachara Puja, and be sure to take some more time to enter the Naivedyam offerings at kindly.cc/food donation. Please go ahead and take a few moments to set up for your Panchopachara Puja.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.